Hey everyone, it is the end of 2023 and it is time to once again talk about the best Bushiroad products released this year. Now, it's not just going to be Vanguard related, it will be everything in Bushiroad, everything that I at least play and buy. So again, it will be my top 5 list. You'll probably have a different top 5 list. We will also be announcing the winner for the giveaway that Bushiroad kindly provided, and one person will be winning a boatload of stuff. A lot of Bushiroad product, in fact. So let's start off with the 5th best product. This will be from Y Schwartz. It is Booster Pack Hololive Production Volume 2. So if you might just look around me, you might see some, it might not be surprising, but this was actually a really good set. Hololive has always been very strong and very popular in Y Schwartz. I think in terms of sales, it does the most, all right? It does the most. There's so much hype around this. But the great thing about a Volume 2 set is that, you know, there's more sales, but there's just, it gave so much more play styles available to everyone. More characters got introduced. You can basically build a deck with like any of your favorite characters, and there's just actually so many now in Hololive that it's pretty insane to think about. But you can somehow include like your favorite characters in it or build around them. There's usually something out there already. There's so many ways to build it, so many ways for you to have fun with the set, as well as, you know, if you're competitive, it is still a very strong set, introducing a bunch of different powerful archetypes into the game, right? You have like Gura, you got Kanata Marine still, even Suisei is good, you got Luna, so even more that I haven't even said, right? So I think in terms of like all-rounder wise, this is great. In terms of prices as well, I think Hololive always has great collector value. If you look at some of the signs, I think the Suisei sign, for example, is absolutely bonkers in terms of price. So you'll have a situation where, you know, collectors will be buying a lot of the set, and then suddenly, you know, for everyone out there who like wants to buy just singles or like play sets, it suddenly becomes easier because there's so much more supply out there. I think Hololive is a great example of that, and just kind of shows like how important it is where, you know, you have, you know, the players and the collectors, how they interact with each other, and it just overall makes a better game. In 4th place, we have History Collection. Now, one word sums up History Collection, I think, and that is unexpected. I did not expect History Collection to do that well or be that impactful, right? Or I guess impactful in a positive way, because let's be real here, right? It's a reprint set. What do you see? What does a reprint set do? Does it do anything? It just reprints cards. It made some cards have longer text, right? Unless it's Harmonix Messiah, then that text was very long. But yeah, I did not expect, you know, History Collection to be that amazing. But then let's kind of break it down a bit. So first off, gameplay wise, they updated a couple of text on some cards, but actually made, you know, big impacts to the gameplay without totally breaking the game. If you look at Premium right now, it's actually in a pretty good state, you know, after a certain deck disappeared. But yeah, right now, when you look at what people could be playing in the future, at least for Worlds on a competitive level, it literally could be a lot of things. And then if we were to kind of, you know, add in the fun decks, there's just actually a deck that anyone can play. Like anyone can choose like any clan and probably just come up with a deck and it'll work pretty well. In terms of like the reprints as well, so sure, right, you know, if you buy a case of History Collection, maybe you don't get, you know, every single card, but it injects a lot of supply into everywhere, right, into the West. But also the SPs, the alternate art SPs that they revealed were very nostalgic in a way. If you were a Zero player, you'd be kind of excited, I guess. But in terms of the art, there it was actually very cool. I know people in my area at least were driving around to different stores buying boxes and boxes just to crack more and more products. So in terms of that was really crazy and really nice. And just overall, like, I think one of the things before History Collection totally came out is people going, wow, you know, this set might actually break Premium. But to be fair, again, right, after a lot of play, Premium's in a pretty good state. So overall, I think History Collection is just actually surprisingly a great set, right? It turned out to be really cool, and maybe Bushiroad has cracked the, you know, the way to build a reprint set in the future. We have like Festival Collection and the Triple Drive set having similar ideas with less cards, of course, and that's in a great, you know, direction. We don't want as many cards as History Collection did. But yeah, I think it just might be, you know, a good template for the future. So History Collection, Bam, 4th place. Then in 3rd place, we have the Stride decks. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I nearly forgot about these. I just thought, Chronojet Stride deck set came out last year, right? And then, we got the Messiah one, but the Messiah wasn't as cool as the Chronojet one. But actually, in English, we got the Chronojet one this year, so I get to include it here. Now, our Chronojet deck set came out way later than the Japanese one, but still, the impact on the format was really, really strong, right? I think it was like pretty much best deck in format for a while. But I think the idea behind these Stride deck sets, and I'm just going to extend this spot to the Messiah one as well, is that you can buy a Stride deck set like this and just pretty much take it to a tournament and play with it, and you will do okay. I think you'll do fine. You'll go to your locals and do fine. You don't have to buy any extra cards. It's a great, product just to like pick up, get it, and you have something that you can play with. I think that kind of stuff is really, really good, and just get some more people into the game. This is the stuff that we leave. I think any time we think about a good product from Bushiroad on the D side, everyone says Stride deck set. So I think right now, 3rd place, this is where it should be. We're getting even stronger ones later on. I think we've been peeking into the Japanese metagame, and we see some, pretty interesting stuff like Luard and Shiranui. So I hope Bushiroad continues on with this and maybe extends it into other formats too, like Premium. If we get, Premium, you already get the Stride deck sets, but if we get kind of more different deck sets, which we technically are, with the ones that the Japanese side is announcing for like, Musketeers and Jewel Knights, I think those are just great products to get into, and they keep on building on those in the future. Now, on to 2nd place, number 2. It is actually Dragon's Masquerade, Booster Pack 10. What was so good about Dragon Masquerade? It is actually similar to set 13 in a way, right? It spiced up it brought so many good decks into the format again, and some of them are still relevant and were relevant for quite a while, but they also revived a bunch of old archetypes that maybe weren't even like, people did not consider good, right? So Hexa Orb, for example, bam, actually really, really good deck now. And then, Zorga, that was all right. It's like kind of all right, But now, after Zorga Masks, bam, this deck is actually relevant even till now. So in terms of the amount of good decks that Dragon Masquerade brought into the fold, I actually had to play this format twice, by the way, because I went to Japan, played in Daivanga side there. There was just a lot of good decks that you could bring. You even had things like don't forget Gandiva. Gandiva was a big thing, yeah? And then, Leonorn as well, Leonorn Mask. Even you had cards like Cyclers in that set. Cyclers still pretty relevant. And then because of those cyclers and all that, you had things like Eve that became stronger. Not Eve, Ava that became stronger, not Eve. I'm getting it all mixed up there. But yeah, Dragon Masquerade had a huge impact onto the metagame back then. It was just really, really cool to see. Very exciting to play Vanguard. I think, like, set 10, when that came out, everyone was like, wow, I can't wait to play. It's so cool. And it was great to see. Like, it was great to see just everyone enjoying themselves. And I think that's when, heaps of people just had a lot of fun there. So very, very cool. Really like that set. And, it just had such a huge impact on Vanguard, in my opinion, in 2023. Now, before I go into the 1st place, the top product release this week, I have to give a shout out, right, to the premium battle deck set, the Pale Moon and the Night Rose one. So it was kind of cool to see this product get released. It looked like it was kind of like an experiment that Bushiroad International was trying out. I think, this kind of product could be pretty good in the future with just some tweaks, right? With some tweaks, I think this product could be really good. Just a very easy way to get to premium. And then just, if they just have to change some of like the ratios, I think, this would be a really, really killer product. So that's just a shout out to that one. I know a bunch of Pale Moon and Grand Blue nerds bought a bunch of them just to either full max rarity the deck or full unrarity the deck based on what they wanted to get. So always good to see. I hope they release more of this product in the future, but they kind of are, in a way. I think in Japan announced those kind of 3 premium decks that are coming out. So we'll see what that is. Then finally, the top product released this year from Bushiroad, I think it is Booster Set 1 Advent of Genesis for Shadowverse. Now, I was actually not expecting to get into Shadowverse or start collecting it. On the day of its release, I actually had to go to another convention to, run it or help run something. But I saw out there, I'm like, what is that? Is that a booster pack set 1 for Shadowverse? Let me take a look. How much is it? Actually, not that expensive. It was cheaper than Vanguard and like, you know, Y Schwartz boosters. I think me and Kelvin, we just bought a bunch. And set 1 was incredible. It had a lot of great cards that lasted, right? That lasted for a very long time. The quality of the packs, like the cards included, were very good. You'd open a pack and not get bored. I just think this set was really, really good. It was pretty much the best. Like, I sometimes complain when opening booster packs that it's really boring. Like some other product out there. I just say you open 36 packs and most of it is jank. Yeah, we had another channel created where me and Kelvin just opened a bunch of packs from that and just kept on opening and kept on opening because it was just so good, right? And every card that you pretty much, like all the legendaries you pull were relevant at some point in time, and some of them are still relevant. So like my dragon deck, for example, those fortes, whew, all good, all good. So very, very nice. All the art as well is amazing. And yeah, just over the whole set was really, really good. So I think they did a great job on set 1. Overall Shadowverse booster boxes are just really good to open, you know, really cool to open. So in the future, just, hey, give it a try. But set 1 really set the standard in my opinion. So that is my top 5 list for the best product released in 2023, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would you agree? Do you have other really nice products you want to shout out? But before we end the video, one lucky winner is going to win a bunch of stuff, which includes Shadowverse Advent of Genesis, as well as Flight of the Chakrabarthi. And for Y Schwartz, it will be the new Guilty Gear Stride deck. So let's get the winner on the screen. All right, so it's time for the giveaway and find out who won. So I read through all your responses, and me and one of the Busher guys shortlisted some of the favorite responses here. So when I read out your name, that means you have been shortlisted for this giveaway, all right? So Michael Seekers, Dylan Drack, Tommy Umu, Crush Rosh, Anthony, Zalf, Kian Urquhart, Guncloud, Ray, Frederick Renders, Fat Lee, Alzam, and Ignacio Concha. So that is in total 13 people who have been shortlisted. And the way we're gonna do it is, I guess card game style, right? There's one overtrigger here, right? One overtrigger in a deck of 13 cards. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shuffle the deck, right? And then whoever, like whatever spot the overtrigger comes out in, that's who wins, all right? Just that simple. So shuffling, but look, I've shuffled the deck. Oh, I'll shuffle more because now you guys see what the bottom card is. So we shuffle more, and then I'm gonna get my friend here who's come just in time, Mark. You've probably seen him before. He's gonna do a judge cut as well. All right, come here. Do some cuts. Yeah, you can, as long as they can see it. But don't put the bottom. You have to shuffle face down. You know, yep. I should stand up so I can't see the bottom. Right, so there we go. I think cool. Pretty good. So first card, is it gonna be OT? Nah, it's a crit trigger. Second card, it's a draw trigger. Okay. Third card, oh, we're going deep, man. What's going on? Trickstar? Yeah. I've lost the count. Okay, so that was the 5th card. 6th card. 7th. Nope. 8th card. All right, so who's 8th place? I have to actually count down again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Guncloud is the winner. So let me read its response. The first 6 Shadowverse Evolve starter decks are by far the best product I had during this year. As someone who also plays the digital game, Shadowverse Evolve is a dream come true for me who wants to know how it feels to play the game physically. I had a blast playing the starter decks with my friends. I like to play using Havencraft, which like to control how the game flows, which really suits my style. So there we go. Good job, Guncloud. Bushrod will be contacting you with your supplied contact details, and they'll be sending you the stuff. So with that, thanks everyone for a great 2023. I hope you all stay safe, have a great holidays, and we will see you next year. All right, see ya, bye.